Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Come out to the ballpark this week as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Charleston Dirty Birds May 5th through the 10th. Grab the kids and come on out. We kick it off on Tuesday, May 5th with Cinco de Baseball with $5 tickets and $5 food and beverage specials. And we end the week as we celebrate all moms on Mother's Day. Moms get in free. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats. Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Just in the last few hours, there have been some limited U.S. strikes against a couple ports there in Iran, hitting one of the areas, Bandar Abbas, amid, of course, all the tensions with the Hormuz Strait and so many other things. Well, what does this mean and where is this going? And is it inevitable that maybe President Trump might need to use more military action? Well, joining us now is General Jack Keane.
Well, I'm glad Jack is on because a lot of things are going on, and I think Jack might know a little bit more than we do.
I bet he always does, and I want to tell everybody because Jack has some great credentials, too. Jack is a retired four-star general. He's the chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and he's also a Fox News senior strategic analyst. So, Jack, thank you so much. Well, where is this headed?
Well, I suspect what this has to do with these two strikes. If you recall, when we began Operation Freedom, which was opening the Straits of Hormuz, we told the Iranians not to fire on U.S. warships and also not to attack or retaliate against our allies or U.S. bases. And if you did, then we would not just conduct defensive operations in the Straits of Hormuz, we would launch offensive operations. And what they did is they did fire on a U.S. warship, and they did fire twice at UAE infrastructure in their country. And we did not respond, and many of us were surprised by that because we thought we should have. And instead, we actually shut down this Project Freedom, as you know, and we've gone into negotiations. I think that is likely in retaliation for what took place there. I don't agree with the steps to shut down the Straits of Hormuz. I think taking them away by force is the right thing to do. I believe going into negotiations is misguided. And the reason I say that is I think the only thing we should be negotiating with the Iranians is the terms of their surrender. And as opposed to coming up with any negotiations, even if we got everything we asked for, what that guarantees is, one, the regime survives, and two, we are going to help it recover.
General,
and that means
I agree with you.
We're going to unfreeze assets and we're going to give them money just like Obama did.
General, I agree with you. The problem is if they agree, if the Democrats are in charge in 6 months because of November, then, they're going to do that's what the Iranians will be delaying for.
Well, I mean, our military operation was supposed to end 2 weeks ago if we hadn't stopped it, John.
Yes.
So we would have been at final stages for sure by now, before May is over with.
So your point, Jack, is finish the job, right? Finish the military job.
Finish the military job, and then we hold hot. Right now, we're blocking everything coming out of Cargill, and that's the distribution point for their oil. They have a pipeline that leads from the mainland to it. It's about 16 miles off the coast. We can absolutely force almost immediate economic collapse on that after we finish the military operation if we destroyed all of their oil and gas infrastructure that they have. We can hold that over their head and bring them to the deal that I'm talking about is the terms of surrender. We probably don't need to call it that, but that's what it is, as opposed to unfreezing frozen assets, removing sanctions, and giving the regime a lifeline so that they are going to recover at some point. And what a gut punch that is for the 90 million Iranian people there that are really hoping that this regime is so hurt that they're susceptible to collapse. And getting them involved in this is something we should be doing with a CIA and a Mossad as well. That's my thoughts on it in terms of kind of where we are right now.
Governor Patterson.
Well, General, we beat them so badly in the last 6 weeks that you would think that we would understand that we're playing with the House's money. So your idea, first, to make sure that the next time there's a meeting is to negotiate how it's going to be now that we've taken over, is precisely what has to happen. And I'm kind of surprised because this is not what I would have probably said 10 years ago, but what I think is I don't understand why in key positions people have not taken the advice that you just gave.
Well, I think, listen, the president has people around him that really have been pushing a negotiated deal, right before the Israelis attacked. Remember that, going back into prior to June?
That's right,
yep. Gave them a 60 days to do it, and they didn't do it. And then he green-lighted the Israelis in June to begin the so-called 12-day war, and then we destroyed part of their nuclear enterprise. So we've had these people involved in this. And listen, so we understand, the Iranians are masters at this. How many times have we heard, it looks like we're going to be close to a deal? They really want to make a deal. I don't dispute that our negotiator is a lion or anything. The Iranians come forward and say, yeah, we're ready to do this now. We're ready to do that. And they're telling our guys this, but they're lying to them. They're bold-faced lying to them. Because when it comes down to really putting chips on the table, remember we went to they took the Straits of Hormuz, and why did they take the Straits of Hormuz and establish a toll booth there? They wanted us to stop the war. What did we do? We stopped the war. And then we went into a 2-week deadline for negotiations. And that's what they were telling our guys. Hey, we're going to make a deal. But then when it comes down to put it on the table, Vahidi, who's in charge of the IRGC, he says, no, we're not doing that. And, our guys came home and their guys came home. Here we are, back doing it again. Why are we doing it again? Because the Iranians are playing for time. The closer they get to what John is talking about, the midterm elections, they believe the more pressure is on President Trump. And really what they want President Trump to do is not so much make a bad deal, which I don't think he'll do. They just want him to stop the war, declare victory. It's over. They survive, and they go on to recover and continue to rule the country. That is the game that these guys are playing. Yep. That's their strategy. And I think we're walking right into it.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Stall.
Exactly. Drag it out. Jack Keane, really important stuff. You've got to keep us posted because I agree. I think leaving it as is a dangerous thing for history.
I agree with you totally.
Yeah.
Great talking to you.
Thank you so much,
General Keane.
Thank you.
Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit ASBGold.com. That's ASBGold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.
Security program on spreadsheets, new regulations piling up, and audit dread? It's time for Vanta. Vanta automates security and compliance, brings evidence into one place, and cuts audit prep by 82%. Less manual work, clearer visibility, faster deals, zero chaos. Call it compliance or call it compliance. Get it? Join the 15,000 companies using Vanta to prove trust. Go to vanta.com/calm.